All right, thank you so much, Carrie. The new Toronto City Council voting to double their staffing budgets and also asking for a review of their pay packages. Now, the reason for the increased staffing is that there's more work for each councillor to do. Of course, they have a reduced size. Councillors voting 18-8 in favor of the highest staffing budget recommended in a city staff report. It'll be $482,000 per councillor annually. That is up from $251,000 a year. Their annual office budget's also increasing to $50,000, up from $34,000. The new council also asked the city manager to come back with a report on recommendations on how much they should be paid. And Mayor John Tory and Premier Doug Ford will be meeting this morning at Queen's Park for the first time since the municipal election. The two, they've got a lot to talk about. Rumors floating that the Ford government wants to upload the TTC back into provincial hands. Mayor Tory may also want to talk about money for affordable housing and more help to fight crime in the city. And right after that meeting, the Premier heading to Montreal for a meeting with the PM ahead of tomorrow's First Ministers meeting. And it may not be so pretty. The two, of course, at odds over the carbon tax, with Ford eliminating cap and trade. Trudeau could have some harsh words as well for Ford's slashing of Francophone services. The pair may agree on one thing, though, and that is trying to find a way to get GM to reverse its Oshawa closure decision. Our Cynthia Mulligan, she'll be joining us live tomorrow from Montreal ahead of this gathering. Well, it's a story that's a top of mind, especially from what happened yesterday. 4 pedestrians killed in a 24-hour period in the GTA. Now there's a call for increased safety on our roads. It should always be that way. Let's get live to our Tammy Sutherland standing by at Toronto Traffic Services. This is the time of year, Tammy.
It definitely is, Melanie. And yesterday, of course, was a tragic 24 hours, as you had mentioned. 4 people killed in the GTA, one of them here in Toronto, and that brought Toronto's pedestrian fatality number for this year up to 38. Last year, the total was 37. We still have 3 weeks to go in the month. So joining us now is Sergeant Brett Moore from Traffic Services. We mentioned the numbers, but it's a lot more than just the numbers and the stats.
Yeah, that's why we're really cautious about throwing numbers around, and we know that there's a need for it, and we appreciate the opportunity to get to talk about it. But each one of those numbers, there's a real victim. So there's a family member that's been, in this case, lost, killed due a road crime. But we really have to be careful when we throw those around. And it really helps us to humanize the message as well when we try to connect numbers to people and real victims.
And how are you doing that now, trying to humanize? Because you were saying that a lot of it is a matter of people realizing that this could happen to them when they leave their house.
We know these are all preventable, and somebody did something to contribute to the cause of these collisions. And so to humanize it, we're really relying on our partners as well. We've got friends and family in the City of Toronto through the Vision Zero program. I've got the Art of Distraction campaign going on right now. Mad Toronto, our local chapter, has got a campaign with the TTC where they're putting the real stories, people's stories, out there in the public view, and to connect back to people's homes and to get them to think this could happen to them, because we know these are all preventable, and usually it's the speeding, the distraction, the aggressive driving, the impaired driving that are contributing factors.
Okay, thank you so much again. That's Sergeant Brett Moore from Traffic Services. So once again, the message is clear. It's not just being safe out on the roads and being cautious, looking out and making sure that you're aware as a driver, but also realizing that we are all vulnerable. You walk out the door in the morning, that could be you. So really take that message in, especially when you're heading out the door this morning for work or for school. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
Some words of wisdom here. Thank you so much, Tammy. All right, we are following some breaking news right now. We have some bus cancellations to pass along. All buses right now canceled in Muskoka for the Trillium Lakelands District School Board. Just keep this one in mind. Of course, the weather up there not looking as great as it is down here. So again, Muskoka, all buses canceled there in the Trillium Lakelands School Board.